This is Dan with Arcade Funcade. Today we want to show you guys a Megacade system that we've been working on, and we've been really excited to kind of get this thing done, put it together, kind of show you guys what we've been working on, and kind of move forward on our build here. And we wanted to show you guys the ideas behind these machines and how to use them, what they can do, and what they can do with the HDMI out option that we've applied. I guess we've applied it to this machine. So the whole idea is to show you guys remotely playing with this machine and the features that we have. So I'm going to show you guys a top and bottom view of the monitor. So you actually have a dual monitor machine. So when we talk about dual monitor machines, we talk about the cocktail table having a dual monitor. So you actually have a lower monitor and then you have the top monitor. So what's going on with this fella is that you actually have the ability to play on the table itself or up high. You can actually play up top or down below. So some people they feel like they like the idea of the table, they're just looking down below and just being able to play the games down here, and that's cool. You can see the games perfectly clear, and any angle, no matter how low or how high you go. The picture is always the same. It doesn't darken up like you see with a lot of other monitors. And what's really cool about this guy in the back is that it allows you to then sit back and be able to enjoy the game. If you want to sit back a little further from the machine, you can. And we also have a little bracket on the back side of this machine. I'm going to show you guys. It just has a TV bracket on the back side, and this is just a 32-inch screen here. So you actually have way more room to be able to play around, and I'll show you how heavy duty these brackets are. So these guys are all steel. It's all heavy duty metal. It's built to last, and you could literally hang like a little 10-year-old on top of that thing. So it's pretty nuts. We actually tried it, so that was cool. We had to hold the front of this thing down, so we wanted to make sure that we just in case somebody climbed on it or whatever, nothing will happen. So you can actually go up to about 55 inches on the back screen. And you'll have a humongous monitor in the backside. Now let's say you do put up a big monitor. A lot of people ask us, what do we do? I have a bunch of TVs or a big TV in my house. I have an extra one in my bedroom, and I'd like to use it on my machine, or I want to go out and buy one, whatever, right? So the idea is that they can apply their machine to this bracket that we have. So you pretty much just take this guy off and take off or you could just buy your own wall mount plate and hook it up to the back of your monitor, and reinstall it on the back of our bracket. We give you guys all the hardware and all that stuff for it, so that's pretty cool. What's neat about this, guys, not only does it look cool, the whole idea of just having the dual screens. If you're just going to sit down and you're going to play a game like NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, or something, some games, one of your favorite games, you can sit down and enjoy it on the back screen. And you have the visual effect of seeing it on the lower screen as well. So that's pretty awesome. Rather than just having a blanked out screen, you could do that. And again, if you don't go with the option of having the back screen, no big deal. The whole idea is that we have the HDMI going out to this guy. So it's a split HDMI. So what we ended up doing with these systems is that they have a four-way output HDMI system. So a lot of people ask us, could we just have the original machine just sitting there and be able to play it, and be able to play it 4-player? Well, you can play it 4-player. The idea behind this machine is to be played as a 2-player side by side. So if you're playing again like Street Fighter or any Marvel vs. Capcom kind of style machines, games on the machine, you want to be able to play side by side and be able to play without having any issues. So you have the ability to play it again on the back screen or on the machine, but you'll only be able to play it as a 2-player system. Now, if you want to play a 4-player system, there is a way, and the only other way would be to allow these guys to be able to play the 2. And then the one thing we always talk about is the 4-player system, being that you have the head-to-head. So you have a control panel on one side, and you have the other control panel on the other side. So when we talk about head-to-head, we mean head-to-head facing head-to-head. So what we end up doing is we have a remote here. So we provide, every machine comes with a TV remote. So what we do is you simply just grab the remote and you point down at the screen, and you'll have a little HDMI setup come up, and it'll say HDMI 1, HDMI 2. You'll go up to HDMI 1, just select it on your remote, you press OK, and what that'll do is that it'll take you to an entirely different screen, and then it'll allow you to play head-to-head. Now your back screen will black out for a second because it doesn't know what you're trying to do, but what's going on is that you're trying to get this thing figured out so you could play your 55,000 game machine in the background, and you have a 412 in one down below. So that's pretty awesome. So what's cool now what you can do is you can navigate through this menu here. Oh, you can navigate through this menu and choose a game. So you can actually go ahead and choose let's say Miss Pac-Man. So what you do is you come in here and you press the first player start button right there, and your game will start. Well, we have a lot of glares in here. There's a lot of stuff going on. So as the game's starting up, you can actually sit down and you can play head-to-head. So that's the idea. So you can actually play head-to-head on the two opposing head-to-head control panels, and while two other people could actually sit on this side. So actually have some stools here for some visual effect here. So so two stools, so two people could sit here essentially, and two other people could play head-to-head. And this is a larger machine. This is actually a full-size Megacade. It has a 32-inch screen, and they can go bigger. You could actually go 40-inch. You could go up to 75 inches if you like on the screen. So that's freaking nuts. And we have made a couple of those, actually. We've only made two. So we have this whole idea. So the other idea is apart from of just hanging your monitor on the back here. Well, now, because we have the HDMI, if you don't want to go with the back bracket, what you want to do is go and do a HDMI cord, which we provide to any size screen. So this screen here, it's a 70-inch, it's a Vizio TV, and that guy there has the exact image coming off this table out to the back. So if you don't want to go with a back bracket, you don't have to go with that guy. You could just do a HDMI cord right out to the back. So that's something we kind of been going over with customers and people, just buddies, friends, and family here, trying to figure out how to use these things. And it's a feature that's incredibly awesome. If you have like a theater room, you have a big screen TV, you have an amazing surround sound system. This is the way to really take it in and go over and really be able to really flex the heck out of your sound system and TVs. And the whole idea behind this is that with this machine, you have a couple features that we want to go over right now. The idea with this guy is that you could sit down and you could play your games like we were talking about, or if you want to leave the people sitting down, two kids per se, sitting down playing head-to-head, you can actually leave them and have the machine over to one side, on another side of the room. And you can just run an HDMI cord up to any TV. And from afar, you can actually take, you can actually take an Xbox 360 remote, and with this guy, with the directional buttons and the stick, you can actually go ahead and I'm going to show you this in real time. You go up and down, and you can actually change the menu. So you could look around and find a game you like, any game you like, and just jump in and start away in any game. So I'm gonna start up a couple of games here. Let's see. I'm gonna start up a PSP. And again, this is just to show you guys what you can do with your machine, with a machine of this style. So this is so you press start, it turns on, and again it's turning on in the back over there. And again, all this is happening because it has a completely separate, independent system within the machine. So you actually have a true PC running all these arcades in the background, right? And then you have another arcade down here. It has a 412-in-1 as a head-to-head playing the vertical screen. You can do 60-in-1 or 412, whatever you like. And what's cool about this guy is that you don't have to be right on the table playing. So you could literally walk over here, away from this guy. You could be sitting down at a sofa. We always go over this with people, and we're like, yeah, we're finally showing somebody or showing people what we can actually do. So you can sit down at a sofa, and we're just pressing our buttons here to set ourselves up. And again, we're nowhere near the machine. And again, the PSP here shows a little bit of border around it and all that stuff, but we found a way around that. We can actually zoom in on our screen. Yeah, I'm going to show you that really quick. That's another thing I like to do personally if you're going to be playing games like this. On your TV remote, you'll find a button that'll say aspect ratio. And what you're going to do is just set it to, it shows here, normal or stretch. So it has a couple different modes. This one doesn't have that many modes. I wish it would have had a couple more. It's an older monitor, but whatever. So yeah, stretch mode. So you can actually stretch it out a little bit further. This other guy over here, this little fellow over here, has the ability to go in to a whole different mode. You could actually go to I'm sorry for all the moving around. It's just trying to get all this stuff going on. I hope you guys aren't getting a little queasy from all the movement. So with this guy, the aspect ratio, I can set it to, and if you see the screen now, I'm going to set it to cinema. So now you have a full screen. You have a little bit of border down below and to the left and right, but it doesn't compromise the image on the screen at all. The clarity's still there. It's just up close now, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, you get some Liberty Storage over there playing. So you see the difference, and this is really awesome to be able to show you guys in real time on real TVs on the actual system. If you zoom it in, opposed to just having it in normal mode. So there's a little bit of a difference. So there's a lot of bit of a difference. You can play it a lot easier on a regular screen with a full screen. So that's what's really cool. Another thing we can do with this guy is that you can play 2 players using these Xbox 360 remotes. You can play 2 players. You could play if you're playing, Mario Kart or whatever on a specific system. Can't really name off systems, but whatever. We could put about 4 remotes. So you could actually have 4-player racing games on these guys. So that's really awesome. You could do a lot of different things with these guys. The machine has a lot of capabilities. The other things it has is upgraded sound system, so you can actually have an upgraded sound system within the machine itself, and it has a volume knob inside. These guys actually have coin doors just for at home if you want to set it up at home, just to have a little bit of fun. Throw the kids some quarters and have them have some fun. So you could always do that too. But with these machines, we usually have a little coin button set up. You can see the little coin button back there, and we have another coin button here on the right side. So you have left and right player. So what's cool about this guy is that we have still trying to figure out this damn gimbal. Left and right is left. I got to flip all that stuff around. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to press the exit button, the escape button on the control panel here. So you press escape, and it jumps you back out to the main menu. And now, obviously, because we zoomed in, we're going to have to zoom back out. I think this gimbal has a mind of its own, or it's getting low on juice. So we're going to go back to, changing everything up here, back to normal. So we're back to normal on this guy. And another feature we kind of added to the system is the idea of pinball machine games. We had some pinball machine games that people were asking about, and they wanted to see how we can actually do this. We have video on how to install your pinball machines. It's all free to download, so you can do a lot of stuff like that. And you can go down. It's a configuration that really kicks your butt. But you can actually play these games. I'm gonna start up a pinball machine game here. I'm gonna find a halfway decent one. There you go. We'll play the Addams Family. So what's cool about this is that you can play right on the table itself, and you still get that pinball machine feel. What's really cool is that some of these machines we've been able to design them with buttons on the side panels. So on the large control panel, you can actually add a button on the side. But the way this thing's wired up, we're able to set up and play the games using the coin buttons. So you literally sit here, put your hands on the outsides of the controller, and this has a little bit of it has like a leather trim on this guy, leather grain feel trim. So you literally just hold here. Your hands won't slide off. It's a good size. And what's cool about this guy is that you can actually just press the coin buttons, and they'll be your flipper. So we're gonna press enter here. And you could actually change up a couple things, and you can see the ball shoot out there. And what you do is you literally use the second player, you pull it back, and you can see the little guy just get pulled back there. So I'm going to be playing with one hand here. In fact, I really don't have to. I could actually set this thing up now. So I'm going to set it up here so you guys can see a game of pinball being played on this guy. So you can see the little thing playing here. So it's kind of cool, and there's so many little options to these games, and there's so many different things going on. We usually build virtual pinball machines, and we're one of a couple of companies out there that are building pinball machines. So what's cool is that we can actually have a pinball machine actually playing, like the game's playing here on this thing itself. So you have a couple hundred games on this machine that gives you the ability to play. I went right down the middle. So yeah, you could play pinball machine, virtual pin, future pin, visual pin. You can play a lot of stuff, and I mean it gives you the ability to do that stuff. And I mean it's just phenomenally awesome. It has a ton of machines. I'm going to jump back out. And being that we're sitting right in front of this guy, I'm going to take the opportunity here to be able to, hopefully this works out pretty good, but I'm going to show you guys some of the systems. We've been having some customers call and ask about what can you actually put on the machine? Like what is there valuable to be able to download to the machine once they get their machine, and what they can do, you know? So we have quite a bit of systems on here. Systems we've put on our own machines here. And I'll show you guys some of the stuff that's on here. And again, you guys could pause, go back, and see what we got going on. And it's kind of crazy. We could stop and kind of go over some of these machines. This thing is a family computer. This is the Nintendo Famicom from Japan, from back in the old days. So that's something we just never got around seeing here in the U.S. This is the deluxe version, which was like a Nintendo 64, or like what was it, like the Super Nintendo version of the Nintendo. So that's pretty awesome. There's a couple other ones. Satellaview. I believe that this is one that was in Japan. This was the Super Nintendo of Japan. This thing was freaking nuts. Only the guys that were like the creme de la creme,